I went in as confident as I could be, because who's to say that I don't know everything? I'm not about to tell myself that. Maybe that test is gonna tell me that, but I'm not about to bring myself down before I even get in there. Hey guys, it's Mikayla and welcome to another bar prep video. In today's video, I'm going to be giving you 5 tips on what to do the day of the bar exam. Listen, I know no matter how many tips I give you guys, when the bar exam comes, you're going to be a ball of stress, and that's okay. My hope is for these tips to just make it a little smoother of a process for you. The advice I give in this video will apply no matter whether you're taking the bar exam online or in person, but if you are taking the bar exam online and you missed my last video, be sure to check that out after you're done watching this one, because in that video, I talked specifically about making the online bar exam a smoother process. And as usual, guys, be sure to give this video a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel if you have not already, join the family, and don't forget to hit that bell so you're notified of when I post new videos. And with that, let's get into the tips. Tip number 1 is to fuel your body. We're talking sleep, food, and hydration here, people. Go to sleep early the night before. I mean early, like hours before you actually want to be asleep. Go to bed, because it's going to take you much longer than usual to fall asleep. And if you're like me and it takes you a while to fall asleep already, you want to plan for that. Going to bed hours before you actually want to be asleep will hopefully allow you to actually get the amount of sleep that you're aiming for. And we all know how important sleep is when it comes to brain function. So please, please, please prioritize that. I know it's probably going to be impossible to fall asleep, but going to bed earlier puts you in a way better position than if you were to go to bed when you think you actually want to be asleep and then you're up all night. You also want to make sure you eat something the morning of the bar exam, and the chance of that happening is going to be a lot higher if you prep it the night before. So the day before, the night before, prep your breakfast and prep your lunch. Make sure you have something to eat before the exam and something to eat in the middle when you have a longer break. And force yourself to eat something. If it's a banana, if it's a single protein shake, something. Please put something in your stomach. I know, again, it might be very hard to eat. You might not want to, but you have to put something in your body so your brain has something to run off of. So whatever it is, make sure you eat something. When I took the bar exam, I had a little breakfast hash with like potatoes, cheese, bacon, just normal stuff, and a protein shake. I thought that was pretty balanced, and it gave me fuel that my brain needed to get through the bar exam. So eat something and hydrate as much as you can. You don't want to be sitting there feeling terrible and feeling like your head hurts or anything because you're dehydrated, if you can help it. If you're too worried about peeing every 5 minutes during the bar exam, because nobody wants that either, I highly suggest maybe drinking Pedialyte Sport. That is something that I drink when I really, really need to be hydrated, like extra hydrated for some reason. I drink one of those, I am good to go. So instead of sipping on water, consider sipping on that. It has electrolytes and all of the stuff in it. And hopefully that will prevent the peeing every 5 minutes issue. And if you don't want to drink that, that's totally fine. Just drink some water, make sure your body is hydrated. You know, sleep, eat, and hydration. All 3 boxes need to be checked for this to be a smooth experience. Tip number 2 is to come prepared. Let's go through some things that I feel everybody should have on the day of the bar exam if your jurisdiction allows. Small caveat that I always have to give: if you're not allowed to have these things, don't have them. But if you are, here's what you should try to have on the day of the bar exam, just in case you need it. Snacks. Self-explanatory, something to munch on. I had a bowl of popcorn near me. I think I might have eaten 3 pieces the entire time, but I felt better knowing that if I wanted to snack on something, I had the option versus being hungry and having nothing to eat. So bring a snack if you can. Have something to drink, whether it's water, coffee, an energy drink. Have something to sip on so that if you get thirsty during the bar exam, you have that option, preferably non-alcoholic. Save the fun stuff for after the bar exam. Wear comfortable clothing and comfortable shoes. If your bar exam is in person, I highly suggest you layer, because if you were to get too hot, you can always take your jacket off or whatever your layer is. But if you're freezing cold because the room is 60 degrees and you didn't bring a jacket, now you're gonna be distracted worrying about how cold you are the entire time. So layer, you can always take off. You can't always put on things you don't have. If your bar exam is online, bring a blanket. I had a blanket near me at all times. Even when I got hot, I would take it off, but it was one, a comfort thing, and also just, again, if I got cold, I had something to make sure that that was not distracting me. So either wear comfortable clothing and layer, or have a blanket with you if it's online. Ear plugs. Please, please, please have some earplugs with you. I'm pretty sure most jurisdictions only allow you to have the foam ones. Have whatever you can, but those are better than nothing. I took my bar exam in my apartment and I still needed earplugs because there was children screaming outside. So whatever your situation is, in person, online, make sure you have earplugs, even if you don't think you'll need them. The theme for all of these things is have them just in case, because what you don't want to do is need them and not have them. I highly suggest having some gum or some mints with you. Minty things for me always, feel like a refresh to my brain sometimes. Something to snack on, something to chew on to keep yourself engaged, whatever. If you're allowed to have it, I would suggest that as well. Have a hair tie. Even if you don't think you'll need one, just have a hair tie. You might get sweaty because you're so nervous and you might want to pull your hair out of your face, whatever. Have a hair tie. Better to have it and not need it. If you can, I highly suggest you have some tissues for if your nose is running, you need to blow it, whatever. If you're crying and you need to wipe your tears, whatever you need the tissues for. And have some medication for like a headache, a stomach ache. Those are very possible as well. If you can have that, I highly suggest having that in the near vicinity in case you need to pop something. That sounds bad. If you can have some backup medicine just in case you need it in the near vicinity, highly recommend. And lastly, have your IDs and documentation with you, of course. Make sure you guys have a checklist of everything you need, but a lot of people who are taking the bar exam in person typically have like a Ziploc bag of everything they have it in there. But go over what you need for your jurisdiction, whether it's an ID or a ticket or whatever, and make sure you have that as well. I think if you have all of these things, you should be set. But if I did miss anything that you guys can think of, be sure to leave it in the comments down below so we can help each other out. Tip number 3 is to have a pump up song. You want to make sure you have a pump up song that you can play before the exam. Before you walk into whatever room you're taking the exam in, you want to have a song that you can listen to that makes you feel excited and confident and pumped. My pump up song was Nice by Beyonce and Jay-Z because they have a mixture of confidence building lyrics and a lot of loyal references too. I was lucky enough to be able to play my pump up song not only before the bar exam, but before every single section of the bar exam too. And when I tell you I did. I came out, had my little 5-minute break, played the song, went back in and started the next section. If you can do that, if you can have your phone during the breaks, if you're taking it in person or if you're taking it online, trust me, it's a game changer. Tip number 4 is don't get psyched out on breaks. When you were in law school, did talking about a final exam right after you took that exam help you? Or did that stress you out more? If that stressed you out, don't talk about the exam with people during breaks. Again, whether you're taking this in person or online and you can call somebody and talk about it, if that's going to make things worse and give you anxiety, do not do it. Go find a quiet corner and sit down and breathe, okay? You guys should know whether that helps you or hurts you. So, don't make any changes now. If you're the type of person where talking about the exam right after makes you feel better, I know that's how it is for me, then that's fine too. The whole point is to know yourself and do what you know is best for you. Do not allow yourself to get psyched out because it will affect you and it's unnecessary stress. And tip number 5 is to accept that you will never feel prepared. You just won't. You're always going to be feeling, oh, if I just had one more week or even one more day, I could have learned so much more. I could have studied this harder and made sure I knew that. You're never going to feel prepared. It's normal. Feeling a little stressed and feeling like you could have done more is very common, and honestly, it might keep you on your toes. The last thing you want to do is go into that exam way too comfortable and then underperform because you got cocky. This is something I heard a lot of people talking about when I was studying for the bar, so it's something I decided to implement as well. And that is to do 5 multiple choice questions, easy multiple choice questions, the morning of the bar exam. This is solely for the purpose of getting your brain juices flowing that morning and getting your mind in the place it needs to be. This is not to learn new information. This is to do 5 easy multiple choice questions that you know you're gonna get right. It'll get the juices flowing and it will build some confidence before you go into the exam as well. And it really helped me, so I suggest it. And after that, I accepted that whatever I know, and whatever I don't know, I won't know. And I went in as confident as I could be, because who's to say that I don't know everything? I'm not about to tell myself that. Maybe that test is gonna tell me that, but I'm not about to bring myself down before I even get in there. So whatever you guys need to do, just make sure you have a plan of what to do on the morning of, so you can walk into the exam feeling like your best self and your #1 supporter. You guys got this. I believe in you so much. Even if you don't believe in yourself, I believe in you right now because you guys are almost to the finish line. You have been studying your butts off for months. And it's not going to be for nothing. You're going to go into that exam and you're going to kill it. You're going to leave everything on the table and you're gonna put down every single rule you have in your brain. And I know it's a lot of them because if you're watching my videos, I've given you enough tips to make sure it's a lot of them, okay? I believe in you guys so much. I'm so proud of you for making it this far. We're almost there. We just gotta get to game day. And speaking of game day, I only have one more video between now and then. So if you guys have any questions, I mean any questions, this is really your last chance to get them answered in a video because I'm only posting one more video, which is next week. If you're too shy or don't feel comfortable commenting your question, feel free to DM me on Instagram. I'm here for you guys and I wanna be there to support you in any way I can. So either way, reach out, comment down some motivating things below. Let's build each other up so we can end this thing with a bang. I'm here for you guys. I believe in you. I'm so incredibly proud of you and I will see you next week. Goodbye and good luck.